Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Super Mario Bros. Level Up is a remake of an old game called King Me. And despite the theme kind of being pasted on here, I really feel like it works with this game well enough. And I'd probably say this is a definitive Super Mario Bros. Game that we have at this point. I haven't played them all, but I think this will be the definitive one that we have at this time. What you're doing is people will take turns placing these characters on the board, and you're going to have a card that tells you which ones score. And none of them score more than others, although I think that would be a really good expansion to have cards where, like, well, Donkey Kong will score 3 times as much, and Princess will score twice as much. That gives you a little incentive to move this one over that one. I haven't play tested it. I'm merely making it up. I think that would be a really good expansion. So you're going to be moving these guys up, these blocks, and every turn, very simple, you have to move somebody up. As long as there's room, you move them up. And when they get to the top, you'll have this little vote where if at least one person votes no, that person's taken off the board will score 0 points unless some card or some effect will bring them back on. And then you keep going. And you keep going, everybody votes yes. But you only have so many no cards. And when you play that no card, it's gone out of the pile and you can't use it again until the next round. And you play 3 rounds, highest points win. So there's a benefit to knowing when to score and when it's going to be best to score and when people are running low and there's no cards. This is a really fun game. It's very simple. You can play it with children. You can play it with family. You can play it with people who really don't play games. You're going to have the extra stuff with like the power-ups and stuff you can get, the cards, the blocks that you'll be hitting up. Very neat. Sure, it's not exactly Mario Brothers, but it really works. And, you know, there's quite a few characters you have to put on. You got all the way down to Magic Koopa. I don't know if anybody knows that. Or Daisy. I wasn't really sure who Daisy was. Not a big Mario fan. I played the old ones when I was a kid. But I think this one holds up really well. When you put on the table, you know, it has this 3D effect with the board, and it has Mario Brothers. People are like, wow, Mario Brothers, what are we doing here? And it immediately gets their attention. I think that really works for this game. With that said, for doing something so simple, I'm moving somebody up. There's quite a bit of strategy based on the card you have and who you want to move up. And you don't necessarily want to move your guy up and have that vote first so everybody has their no cards. So you might want to push somebody up you actually don't want to score to burn your own no card to get them off, knowing, well, hey, if I don't have them, probably somebody else does. So the first few votes you know are going to fail, probably on purpose. And then in the last round, anybody who scores 0 points on the third round gets 33 points, which is the max. So you see a lot of people who are behind trying to score 0 in order to get that 33-point bonus, which might be enough of a swing for them to win. Great, great, great catch-up mechanic. One of the best catch-up mechanics I've ever seen in a game because it gives you that ability to go for broke in order to possibly win the game, and I love that. So you can totally win on the last turn, but it's going to take you work. It's not something that you can just luck into. You have to work for it and work hard for it. And I've seen people try to go for that. It was super fun. Great. You know, I really like this game. This is a really good family game that people aren't talking about, people aren't playing. It's very simple. You should have this in your game collection in case somebody comes over and doesn't like games. They know who Mario Brothers is. You can pop this out with Grandma at Thanksgiving. Very, very fun game, and one I'll be keeping in my collection. Super Mario Level Up, here are the components. You can see a picture of the board here, which is fantastic. Very colorful. Everything looks like I remember it growing up with Super Mario Brothers. You're going to get a rulebook. You're going to get a stand-E for all the characters. You got Waluigi, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Bowser, Mario, Daisy, which I don't really remember Daisy that much. And they even got down to Maga Koopa, if you remember him. You're going to have score sheets, and here's the problem with this, is that one score sheet is a person, and you're going to fly through these rather quickly. So copies, lamination, whatever you want to do there. You're going to have to put the board together every time you play, and it's a lot. So you're going to have power-up cards. Now, this is a mass market game, if you will. The cards are okay. You're going to see the artwork from Mario Brothers. These are very thin. The bombers are on those. And these are just going to have the list of the characters. Very bright. Everybody's a different color and different icon, but very, very thin also. And you're going to have some tiles that are nice. And what we'll do is we'll look at the rule book, and then we'll look at the flow of the game, and I'll kind of show you a little bit more about the components. But the components are okay, not great. Here's a Super Mario Bros. Level Up rulebook. Very colorful on the front, and great. It has a content list. Wow. Fantastic. Wasted page here. Just some artwork. And then how to put this thing together, which you're going to need a little bit of help with. But once you do it once, it'll be no problem. This is going to be other parts and pieces, component list, which is fantastic. How many no cards you get. This is all the setup. Awesome. Great job. Object of the game, how to play, how to do the characters, all fantastic. I love this. Block placement, movement phase, written just for a novice. It's got pictures and examples. Wonderful. Can't believe they did such a good job. The movement phase, what all the little blocks will mean, what the cards. There wasn't a list of what the cards are, and that was a little bit tough for some people when they were playing. You can have the movement phase, very easy, how to score. Probably the book is a little bit longer than it needs to be. Advertisement on the back, but I gotta say, 2 thumbs up, guys. Fantastic. This is how you write a rule book for gamers. This is how you write a rule book for non-gamers. Fantastic. So I want to show you a little bit about the components and the flow of the game and setup before you play. So the first thing you do is you're going to put these cardboards together, and you'll see the numbers on the side so everybody can see from everywhere where they're sitting, and you'll put this inside of the box. Now what I'm going to do is put the rest of this together. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide these in and zip it down a little bit, and then you're going to have a bunch of these. Now this setup is going to take a little bit of time. And I don't know that if kids are wanting to sit through this, but you can see it kind of goes in. There's going to be some wear and tear. You can push this stuff down. It's not really needed. But I wanted to show you the time. I think it's really important to kind of show you the time of the setup on this. You're going to slide these in. Now, the first time you play this, you're going to have to bend these all down depending on how perfect you want it to look. I don't particularly care because we're just going to be playing the game. And then these will go here. So now you have the board set up. These are technically supposed to be down a little bit more if you really wanted to press those in there. But right now it would be set up and ready to play. So what each player is going to do is they're going to get a card randomly that will tell them the people that they'll want to score. And based on the number of players, what you're going to do is you're going to put these guys out. So if I'm first player, maybe I want to put Mario. I have to put the characters between 1 and 4 to do setup. Maybe I want him on 4, and he wants him on 3s, and the third player would go, he wants him up there. The fourth player doesn't want him to score very much, so he puts him down there. And then we do this. And one of the rules of the game is you cannot have more than 4 people. So now that I have 4 people in this row, I couldn't put Diddy Kong up there. So maybe I'll put Diddy Kong on 3 and put him on 2. And then we'll put Luigi out. And we'll put Peach. And then we'll be left over with 1 person. And whoever is left over will always start out on 0. And keep in mind, what you're trying to do is you're trying to score this of yours. Yours will all be unique to everybody else. I'll get back to this in a second. On your turn, it's really easy. Then what we'll do is we'll take these blocks that you remember from Mario Brothers and randomly put these up here until each level has 4 things on it. So if they have 4 things, we don't have to add anything to it. And we'll put these out and nobody's supposed to know. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add none. This one has 1, 2, 3. We'll add 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, none. And we'll put a couple out here. And then you'll put 3 on the bottom. And that's how that will go. And now you're set up and ready to play. On your turn, it's very easy to play. What you're going to do is you're going to move somebody up a level, whoever that you want. So let's say that I want to move Mario up a level and move him up to the 5. I would pick one of the blocks on that level because there's a block there. I would look at it, what it says, and this says, block a spot on level 1 through 5, play immediately. So I could put this somewhere. Let's say I wanted to put it back here on 4, because now I can block somebody from going up. Then there you have it. So next player's turn would go. Let's say he wants to move Donkey Kong up because he really wants to get this block. And then he would go here and get this block. And this one says worth 1 point at the end of the game. So you would just take this and you're going to score 1 victory point at the end of the game. Well, let's go ahead and get the game going. So let's say Mario got up here. He got his block. This one says go up a level. Play at any time. So I don't want to play it now because I already got Mario up. Maybe I do want to play it because I want to try to score. Maybe get, somebody else to move up across the board. So whatever. What you're going to do when you get to this point is you're going to have a vote. And everybody's going to have voting cards. And you're going to have yes and a number of no's depending on the number of players. Everybody's going to pick one of these. And what you're voting on is, do you want the round to end right now? You're going to play 3 rounds and you're going to score after each round. So if I do not want it to score, I'd put no and put it face down. Everybody reveals. If there's at least 1 no, then this will be set aside. Because I started out, let's say, with 3 no's and a yes. This will be set aside. Mario will come off the board and no longer score unless some card can put him back out, and the game would continue. But next time we tried to score, I would only have 2 no's. So you only say no so often. If everybody would have said yes, then we would score. And you would take your little score sheet, and very easily, you would take your card, and this is not going to match up because this is a previous game that we played, and you would basically score how many points you scored for each character: Luigi, Bowser, Yoshi, Peach, Mega Cooper, and Mario, and you just score the points that are on the side of the board. So you want to get as many of yours up as possible to maximize your score. But sometimes what you'll want to do is, like, say, I don't have Daisy here on my team. I might want to get her up there, knowing I'm going to drop the no card down, knowing I'm going to do that. That way I can get her out of the game. Because if I don't have a score, I'm assuming somebody else does, and that will hurt their scoring. So that might be a little bit of a strategy that you can do in the game. Turns are very easy. You move somebody up one spot. If somebody gets to the top, you're going to vote. You're going to vote yes, or you're going to vote no with these little simple cards. If everybody votes yes, and at some point everybody will have to because you'll run out of no cards, they need to score it up. You do that 3 times. Whoever has the most victory points after 3 rounds is your winner. Who should buy this game? I say nearly everybody. I mean, you can play this with grandma. You can play this with a 4-year-old. You can play this with everybody in between. This could be a filler. This could be a really fun game. And guys, there's strategy in this game. I mean, you can play this game hardcore if you want to. And on your turn, it's so simple. You move somebody up. That's it. But it works in this game. I'm telling you, this is a really fun game. I cannot believe this is a remake and nobody was ever talking about this game. It works so well for me. It's so simple. It's so clear. What you're doing is fun. The power-ups you get are enough to have that wide variety. And I love the last turn where you can score 0 and get 33 points. It's so much fun to try to do that. And this is one I highly, highly recommend that you check out. And the theme is just great on this one. Love this one quite a bit. Super Mario Brothers, Power Level Up. This is one you should add to your collection right away. Absolute keeper for us. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel. Lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.